Hi everybody. This week I want to talk with you about networking, what it means for you personally and for your future in careers and in college, um, and just in general, how important it is to expand your network. First of all, it helps to know what networking is. So networking is the action or process of interacting with others to exchange information and develop professional or social contacts. That's the first definition, the one that we are going to be focused on. But there's also another definition, and if you're a computer geek and you're interested in going into computer programming, you might think of networking as the second one, the linking of computers to allow them to operate interactively. And it's kind of the same thing, only it's with computers instead of people. So the first one is people interacting and exchanging information. And the second one is computers interacting and exchanging information. And we're going to focus on the first one, people. Because we need to develop professional networks and social networks. And sometimes the two overlap. So who's in your network? You could have tons of friends on Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat or any other social media site you use, which we'll talk about in depth a little more. You could think about your family and the connections you have through them, people in your community, which could include CB and the people that you've met through there. So think about all the people in your life and how they are a part of not only who you are, but who you want to be, and how can they help you in your future. First of all, let's start with you. Who do you know? Family, friends, coworkers, teachers and school staff, community members and neighbors, and think about how can they help you? How can members of your family help you? How can your friends help you? And when I say how can they help you, I'm talking about how can they help you be a positive person in the world, become an engaged citizen in the world, get what you want out of life. You know, do you want to go to college? Do you want to get a job? Are there connections from the people that are closest to you that can help you in those areas? So that's the big question. All of the people in your life, how are they important to you, and how does that affect your relationships going forward, and what they can do for you and what you can do for them? It's not just a one-way street. I don't want it to sound like that you're using them, but having them as a connection is super important because they might know somebody who knows somebody, and that's a foot in the door somewhere. How can you expand your network? So for now, you have to think about what is available to you. We know that you use social media. Everybody uses social media. So that's number one, and we'll talk about that a lot. Because I think that that's something that will be constant in your life. It's not going away. It's relatively new, but it's not going anywhere. It's here to stay. Number two, post-secondary visitors. So we have lots of people come through CB. If you're an eligible grad, or if you're an eligible grad, you're listening to this recording because you have my class. But you also might notice that we have alumni coming into the school on Wednesdays to work with Mr. LaSalle on that financial literacy program that we have going on. So he's one of many people that come into the building. We have other outside agencies that come into the building to help. There's other community resources available to you. I think I had posed this question to you guys before. Do you know what resources are available to you in your community? And I'm going to show you a few of them. And there's tons more. But as you start to explore and get to know people, then they can turn you on to other resources. That's expanding your network. And then finally, college and job fairs. So you also have to think about how they can help you, how these things, these people that you meet through these interactions can help you in your future endeavors. So let's talk about outside agencies. These are people that are connected to CB. If you go to the CB Community School website, you can find a much more extensive list there. But this is just a handful. And these are all links, by the way, which is why I posted the PowerPoint slide for you on the classroom page already, and I'll post this recording when I'm finished. So you can just click on these, and it takes you right to each particular resource. You're probably familiar or have heard of the Attic. It's a really great place for LGBTQ members to go and feel comfortable and be around like-minded people, and to empower them to be out in the world and speak their truth. There's Uplift, there's Outward Bound. We do, as eligible grads, hopefully you'll have the opportunity this year, once we get past the coronavirus, sometime in the spring maybe, you'll get to go outdoors and do some Outward Bound, really fun stuff. Team building activities. CHOP, of course, we have the CHOP Career Path Program. RISE Partnership Elect, for young mothers. Hand to Paw is an internship opportunity. And this is the national, NCBW 100 is the National Coalition of 100 Black Women. And they used to come to our school prior to COVID and do presentations for the girls in the school. And we're hoping to return to that as soon as we can get them to come back into the building. But I'm also looking into seeing if we can have them do virtual presentations for you guys, because they are a phenomenal group and a great add to your network. And then, of course, Dancing with the Students. Many of you have participated in that in the past. We also have community resources. So these are just a few. The City of Philadelphia Youth Aid Panel program that is designed for kids who have been involved in juvenile justice and need supports afterwards to reintegrate into the community and find resources and work and school and anything that they might need. The second one, Philadelphia County Resource Guide, is a huge packet of information with all different types of resources available to you. I've posted it in the Google Classroom because I only had access to a PDF, not a website. So anything you can think of, from food to housing, to childcare, to mental health services, just anything that you can possibly think that you might need in your future is in that resource guide. There's Community Behavioral Health Philly, CBH. We actually partner with them as well, so you'll see them on our partner page on our website. But they offer mental health services, now and into your future. If there's ever a problem and you need support, you can look to them. And then Community Resource Connects, that's another website that you can go to. And they just have all different types of resources available to you and where you can find them. All you have to do is put in your zip code, and it tells you what resources are available to you in your particular area of the city. So that's a phenomenal resource too. And then college and job fairs. So we've been doing college fairs, virtual presentations of local colleges, right? We've been meeting, I guess, about 2 a week and recording them. So far, no one's looked at them, but I wish you would. We've had several attend, a couple of them, which is fantastic. But you also have to follow up and do the exit survey so that you can get credit for the benchmark. But these are other ways that you can find college fairs and career fairs in and around the Philadelphia area. Most of the ones that are on this national link, they have a connection to Philadelphia on there. You'll see it. There's a list, but they've mostly been canceled due to COVID-19, which is why we're doing the virtual ones. But there are some you can see down here. Pennsylvania Association for College Admission Counseling. They have some virtual college fairs on there too, so you can check that out. And these are the more people that you connect with, the more people you add to your network for future reference, whether you need them as a reference on a job application, or if you just want to make a connection with them that you can use later on in life, like if you want to go to college, or if you want to get a job, or if you want to be a part of a community group or something like that. And also check out the National Career Fairs. There's actually one coming up in December in Philadelphia, so if you want to check it out, you might be able to attend the career fair and just get a look at, you might not be there to get an actual job, but you might want to interact with the people there and learn more about the companies and the different positions they're hiring for. That's a great way to get experience and to think about what you want to do for your future. Okay, so here we go. Social media. I saved this for last because we're going to dive a little deeper into this, because this is like the main way that we network right now. Everybody's doing it in some way, shape, or form. We use social media for everything, right? LinkedIn, you probably are not familiar with, but we're going to talk about it because you are going to be familiar with it by the end of the school year anyway. There's YouTube, Pinterest, Foursquare, Instagram. WordPress is a blog. People keep blog pages. You could create your own blog. Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, Skype, you name it. There's a million of them out there. There's probably some not listed on this little picture that we have here that you're aware of. But there's 4 articles that you're going to engage in. The 2 in the middle, number 2, keep it clean, social media screenings gain in popularity, and 3, why colleges look at students' social media. Your first, one of your assignments is going to be to read both those articles and compare and contrast them, because you should know that future employers and college admissions, they do look at your social media accounts. So you definitely want to read these before you go applying to colleges or applying for jobs once you get out of college, because they're seeing what you're doing, and they're not necessarily looking for skills, but they're looking to see how you lead your life. And if you're, out there partying and posting videos and pictures all over your social media platform, then they're going to be a little hesitant to look your way when it comes to hire somebody. Also, there's an article on there, 13 advantages and disadvantages of social networking. So I read that all the way through for you and posted that video. But also the article is there. You can read it on your own. And then you're going to pick one advantage and one disadvantage with regards to using social media and what's good about it and what's bad about it. Okay, and then you're going to pick one of each and speak a little bit more to them and how it appears in your life, how it affects your life, and how you can make some changes in your life based on that. So check out that. And then finally, LinkedIn is a social network platform. It's a lot like Facebook, except it's for professionals. So what I'm going to have you do in trimester 3 is create a resume and an account with LinkedIn. And you'll always have it so that you can constantly add to it as you grow. And then people will just automatically start looking at your profile and want to be connected to you. And you'll want to reach out to other people and become connected. And this is a great way to get yourself out there in a very professional looking manner, as opposed to using Facebook for that. That should be kept as completely social, but also, like I said before, you still have to keep it clean because companies look at that stuff. So that's all I have for today. 15 minutes, not too bad. I posted the PowerPoint for you so you have access to the links. And then, of course, you'll have this recording as well. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I really miss seeing you guys in class, so I wish you would reach out.